Good evening, friends. Welcome back to Raju Notes channel. The every fortnight updates on current affairs and some tidbits of the SMT for your examination point of view. It's a basically current affairs updates, which will help you in maybe other kinds of competitive exams also. So, doing the January part 2 current affairs for 2021, the fortnight has been really a proud one for India because India started one of the world's most awaited and largest in its scale of vaccinating the people against COVID. And this chart is probably the one which can tell you the way it has been going. Uh, Coming on to the SMT part, one of the part you can always say the Virgin Orbit launcher has this is a aircraft. Uh, it has launched a rocket of a 747 aircraft, and basically here what happens is the launch rocket is taken by the aircraft up into the sky, and it is capable of firing from the belly of the aircraft, and the rocket takes off and delivers the satellites into the low earth orbits on behalf of NASA. So how can this be used? Well, then how is it useful? Now countries, whenever they need to launch a small spy satellites for a specific time, you just no need to prepare a launch pads or anything, just load it onto an aircraft, send it onto the space, and voila, you get a spice coverage for that area. So see how you can fix this in your military formats. US has said confirmed that its troops have withdrawn from Somalia completely. This troop withdrawal was Donald Trump's decision way back in December. He says that 700 personnel were moved back from the Somalia and have been increased in various other countries like in Kenya and Djibouti. And this was also a part of a drive wherein the US wants to cut down its troops to about 2,500 in Afghanistan and Iraq. Trump, before leaving his office, had ordered an internal assessment of security risk of these Chinese drones in his US fleets. One must understand that China has made so much inroads into all the nations, either defense or its economy. So now US has finally realized that the drones what it was using of Chinese origin, they need to be internal assessment is required to check if these drones are actually carrying some risk of being used in US, whether they are transmitting back or sending back some data back to its origin country. The first Indian military team has is visiting Russia for training on the S-400 air defense missile system, and world is looking at it. India is also looking at it with crossed fingers because this is the same thing which got sanctions on Iran from US, and US has already in a very subtle manner warned us not to go ahead with the system, but India has uh, been diplomatically avoiding this threat and is going ahead. But this is a point which is to be kept in mind. We covered this point in about, I think, last three updates back, probably in the month of October, December. India has given free COVID 19 vaccine to Bhutan. Well, when I was looking at this news, now this is too old. Now we have been giving vaccine to all our neighboring countries except for Pakistan, and it has made in very good ways with the other countries also. Taliban has the moment now this is a time period when Trump accepted his defeat in US, and Joe Biden has taken over, and the moment this thing happened, two important things happened. One, the Taliban has told that Joe Biden should honor Trump's deal to remove troops from Afghanistan, which I now have a question mark because the way Joe Biden sees the world was different from, certainly different from what Trump used to see. And also China did take some action the moment Trump was had stepped down. Let's see that in our next update. Henceforth, centers announced that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's birthday will be celebrated as Parakram Divas every year, and this will be to inspire people and act with the fortitude in the face of adversities as Netaji did. So basically, if you can see, you can this leader was somehow missed out from India's prominence from long time, and I think it is a well-deserved recognition for the great hero who had set up the first army, you can say, for the India. Yeah, this was the thing what I was talking of. Minutes after the Biden takes off, China sanctions 28 Trump era officials, and they here he says China has banned them from entering the mainland China, Hong Kong, or Macau, or doing business with China. And China says that since US interfered in their internal affairs, and this is a retaliatory action, but I don't think it really makes any difference. The point is, if all said and done, even if the China and US relations do even get normal, let's say even if India and Chinese relations do again get back to normal, please understand that the policies are made by the deep state, and the deep states doesn't change with the change of uh, the governing body, let it be president or prime minister. The deep states always work for the they are one and they are not changed, so makes no difference. But point to note that when the world is going into recession, probably India is certainly seeing a V-shaped recovery in the economic sector. Sensex has hit 50,000 mark for the first time, and it has never touched 50,000. And touching 50,000 is a time when the world is actually going into a recession is something which we need to be proud of. And as recent as about 2 days back, the IMF has predicted, if I'm not wrong, 11% growth or 23%. Pardon me on that, but he has given that the India will be the leading country to come back on its economic, and I think we surpass. US stands on fifth, and after us stands on second point. I think stands China. Uh, Joe Biden, on taking over the Oval Office, has signed a series of documents which ends many decisions taken by the Donald Trump, and I have made a separate video on that. You can just visit that and know about it. It is just a could know point kind of a thing. Indian military is all set to conduct this very complex drill codenamed Kavach, and this will take place off the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and probably in a next few days. And the exercise will involve in the synergized application of maritime surveillance assets, coordinated maritime strikes, air defense, submarine, and landing operations. And these drills will be basically being conducted in the Andaman and the Bay of Bengal seas. In addition to helping the neighboring countries, India has started its commercial vaccine exports. The first shipment of the commercial vaccine exports has started to Brazil and Morocco, and next in line would be South Africa, Saudi Arabia, etc. And the Brazil is presently buying about 20 lakh doses from Serum Institute of India, which is in Pune. Uh, Development, the Iraq has reduced the annual Basra crude oil supplies to several of the Indian refineries by up to 20% for 2021. The citing sources, the Iraq's oil marketing company SOMO has cut term supplies to Indian Oil Corporation, and it is about 3,50,000 barrels per day. The report says that SOMO is presently planning to cut Bharat Petroleum's oil contract by quarter from last year. Reasons many, but it is a point to know that in last year, that is for 2020, Iraq was the top oil supplier for India. The SMT point, loan. Oh, the question can be, what is loan, how did it affect people, and despite being it's getting an early success, why it has gone off the air. Basically, loan is a parent company Alphabet, Google's partner, which provided internet facilities from the floating balloons. Like wherever it was not commercially viable, let's say over a large African desert area, the loom would go up and it would stay in the air and it would act as a relaying station for internet. This is basically where you can't construct a cell tower and maintain the connectivity. So this thing started off well in 2011, but somehow it did not work out well, and now it is going to be shut down. India has again in the series has dispatched consignments of the SII's corona vaccine Covishield to Myanmar, Seychelles, Mauritius, Bhutan, Maldives, Nepal, Myanmar, and all, pardon me, they are all in our neighboring countries, and they have been given a free vaccine. There are also plans to supply it to Sri Lanka and Afghanistan. Now, acting on this, taking this cue, China has started for the first time crying foul that India is meddling with its vaccine efficacy. So it's a very good thing for India. China says that the India is distributing it to the immediate neighbors free of cost, and it is undermining the Chinese vaccine which it is trying to sell. Probably as we speak, there is only one country which has officially taken Chinese vaccine, and rest no other country. But whereas India has been getting lot of orders for the vaccine. The my last video I had covered the some points about what is the economic survey. Going on to that thing, very soon we will have our union budget coming up, and there is a mobile app which has been launched by the government on the union budget, and this, so basically it will be a paperless budget, and you can get all the updates all, and you will be able to read all the data, which is all the laws, data, whatever is created in this union budget on your mobile phone app. Now what will happen like this is there will be increased transparency. Till date it used to be on the thick voluminous books which were printed and were kept at some place, and not all could have laid their hands on this kind of a booklet. So I think now with this app coming, every common man, even in far flung village area, can also read what does budget offer without any kind of a middleman in interpreting it in his own way. China, with a growing pressure of US warships in the South China Sea, with Taiwan also showing its resistance to China, and with the Quad also showing its presence. Now China has slowly passed a law allowing its coast guard to fire on any foreign vessel which is supposed to be operating in Chinese jurisdictory waters. Well, I will call it's a doomsday for China. Now sea world is already on a brink as far as the South China Sea and Chinese aggressive postures are concerned. And if China does this mistake of firing onto any of the foreign vessel, then it will be an act of war, and I am sure it will trigger a big thing. So I think China should have some restraints on such kind of stupid orders which are given, because as we see, there is nobody who is trying to annex China or to win China. It is China who is showing all this attitude. I will not call it a proud moment, but yes, certainly a great thing, because till date we in India, ISRO was the only country, or rather was the organization which launched 104 satellites in one go. But now that record has been broken. Probably records will be broken like this. The SpaceX mission launched its Transporter 1, and it had 143 satellites along with Elon Musk's his own Starlink satellites. So with this launch, the SpaceX becomes the world's largest satellite carrier to be successfully launched and put in orbit. And the crisis of Nepal seems to be ingrowing. The Nepalese Communist Party (NCP), after its central discussions, have finally decided to expel the Nepal PM Oli from the party and have threatened to act against him for his unilateral act of dissolving the parliament. Oli is somehow a question mark now. I had covered a point. The government of India has been pretty serious on connecting the northeast to the mainland, and especially with the air links and the rail links. The rail links were supposed to be completed by 31st of March this year. Now, as part of the Udan program, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, the first ever direct flight carrying about 57 passengers from Delhi landed at Sikkim's Pakyong airport, and so with this now the northeast is a little bit more connected. There is a lot of work to be done. The questions can figure out how can northeast become more integral part of the country, and how can it start affecting the country's politics. So if it, well, in that case, these are the steps which you should know. Uttar Pradesh becomes the first state in India with two expressway strips for fighter planes. We all know that Uttar Pradesh has this expressways, which they are basically broad cement coated roads, wide enough, which can help to become act as an emergency landing and takeoff strips for the fighter aircrafts. And the IAF is likely to test this new strip, which will be on the Purvanchal expressway. And earlier, before this, the Lucknow Agra expressway was also utilized and checked successfully. A point to notice: it doesn't matter whether you have hundreds of such strips in the country, and you actually use them as airports. No, it can't happen, because just by sheer ability to land an aircraft or take off an aircraft from a particular strip doesn't make it very helpful. Yes, it might only help in averting a major dangers or acting for major emergencies, because you require the paraphernalia of that particular aircraft as a ground support when it lands and take off. Yes, now our next step should be these highways expressways should have some paraphernalia of the Air Force, wherein its logistic support can be taken care of. So it doesn't matter. Pakistan also has a lot of airstrips which they keep claiming that they can take off and that thing, but unless there is the supporting paraphernalia, it is of no use. There has been a minor face off, at least this is what has been reported by the both countries, but yes, there has certainly been a face off and scuffle which has happened again between India and China. This time it is at Nakula in Sikkim on 20th of January, and though it is said that it has been resolved by local commanders, but at least there were 4 Indian soldiers who were injured in these clashes. But again, making my chest proud is that they have at least confirmed that 20 Chinese were injured. So like in true to Galwan, one soldier of Indian was equaling to 5 to 10 Chinese soldiers. So they have kept up their thing. Though I never wish for any kind of war, and no, not even one soldier to die, but such news gives us immense pride, and that myth of China being undefeatable or some kind of a thing from ages is being defeated, and that is being taken off. A very major development: United Arab Emirates on Sunday approved the opening of the embassy in Israel's Tel Aviv, months after the countries agreed to normalize the relationship. This decision was taken during the meeting of Council of Ministers of the UAE, and this comes after Israel announced its embassy in Abu Dhabi. So Israel establishing in Abu Dhabi is one part, but now Abu Dhabi going ahead and is establishing its embassy in Israel is again a great thing. With basically, you should understand this Yahudi term used in Islam, and Islam not accepting this. Pakistan tries to be funny; it is still not agreed to it. He feels that Yahudi can't be accepted. But my hard thinking is that within no time, Pakistan will also be in line, and I'll not be surprised to see Pakistan officially declaring that they have recognized Israel as a country. Flip flop going in a lot of financial troubles as we speak. Uh, the Galwan Valley clashes which happened with China. All the 20 soldiers who were martyred during this clashes in Galwan Valley have been awarded gallantry awards posthumously. Colonel B. Santosh Babu, the commanding officer of 16 Bihar Regiment, was awarded Mahavir Chakra, the second highest wartime military award. Please understand my word, it is a wartime military award and not a peacetime military award. So, I love the stance of government wherein it has considered as an act of war and not an act of peace or during peacetime. So, this is a underlined word which you should know, that China he's been given a clear message that it has considered this aggression as not a routine aggression but as a war. So, my sincere salute to all these soldiers, but with the deepest condolences to their families. But a great thing that we achieved and beat the invincible Chinese, so-called invincible. The India has welcomed Palestine's decision to hold legislative and presidential elections in its country, and this is coming after about 14 years. And the Indian relations with Palestine and Israel has been real delicate one, wherein we tried not to interfere these two into one place. And I think that kind of a diplomacy has worked. We have considered Palestine separate and we have considered Israel separate, and we have been working together with them separately. The Israeli Defense Forces Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Aviv Kochavi on Tuesday said that the military was revising its operational plans against Iran. He added that move was made after Iran began restarting its nuclear program. General Kochavi further said that the US rejoining the 2015 nuclear accord with Iran would be a bad and a wrong thing to do. So, a lot of decisions happening. The Middle East, as we always know, is always a boiling point for anything to happen. The Malayan, I hope I am writing it right. The Malayan Mali forces, basically armed forces, have killed about 1,000 jihadis in a joint offensive with French forces. About 20 Islamic insurgents were captured and several war equipment was seized in the operation, which lasted from 2nd January to 20 January. The purpose of this operation was to force the enemy out of its areas to areas of refuge. France has taken very, very strong steps as far as this Islamic terror is concerned. SMT point, 8 nations, basically Netherlands, Germany, US, UK, France, Lithuania, Canada and Ukraine, have with support from the Europol, something like Interpol, with support from the Europol, have disrupted one of the world's most dangerous piece of malware, which is called as Emotet, EMOTET. This was basically discovered in 2014. It's a banking Trojan. Comes through a normal software. If you click a normal link, it comes and stays in your computer as a Trojan. It doesn't immediately open up and spoil your computer, but it can reside in your computer for a long time. And once it gets a command from its manufacturers or the code writers, it can activate and then go and create havoc in your personal data on your computer. So basically the Emotet has been giving backdoor entry to all the criminal gangs to install another ransomware and steal data from its computers. And while all this was happening, India has received 3 more Rafale jets from France, and this is the 3rd fleet which has come. Initially, in first batch, we had 5 jets coming in July 2020. Thereafter, we had second batch of 3 jets coming in November 2020, and this is the 3rd batch of 3 coming. So it is 5 plus 3 plus 3, that is 5 plus 3 8, and 8 plus 3 is 11. So as of now, we have 11.